How's it going, everybody? I'm going to be going over the history of Sarah's Snake Shop. We've already done the first 2 years, so now I'm going to do year number 3, which was 2013. Before I get started, I want to thank all of the members. So I'm going to list you guys all here. Thank you. Thank you all so much for being members. I appreciate you so much. If anybody else wants to be a member, you can click join under any video to do that. Unless you have an iPhone, apparently it's I don't know, iPhone and Google, they don't really get along very well. But anyway, so if you want to become a member, you can. If you can't, that's totally fine. Liking, subscribing, sharing, any of that stuff. Just chatting, saying hi, all those things work too. I have the Reptilinks thing up at the top of the screen here also, so if you want to use my link, you can. Now, I'm probably going to do both 2013 and 2014 today. So in 2013, I was not very busy because I was moving. I was in kind of not a good situation, to be completely honest. So I didn't do much breeding that year. So we're going to look through them and I'll tell you which ones I decided to keep and which ones I did not keep. The parents were a Snow and an Ultramel. Okay, here's a picture of the parents breeding. I thought this one looked really pretty. Did not end up keeping him. So let me show you the ones that I held back as they got older. So this is one that I kept for a long time, and she was just really dark. I love just like the super dark colors on her. Here's the 2 females that I actually ended up with long term. This is that nice dark Ultramel female. I just really loved her, and I named her Jezebel. And this was her sister, which was, she was very yellow, very weirdly yellow looking, which I'm assuming came from her mom's side because her mom was also kind of yellow. I purchased this female late in the year and bred her to my Gold Dust Motley. She was a normal, supposed to have no hets, and that was pretty much true. I bred her to my Gold Dust Motley, who was het for Anery, because I figured that way we covered the bases of Amel, Anery, Caramel, and Motley, and Stripe, and Ultra, and all those other assorted things. So, that's just a really cool picture of, like, veins inside the egg. I think that's pretty cool. So these are all the babies. They were all normals, as you could see. I ended up selling all of them. I don't think I kept any. I definitely didn't keep any from this clutch. As for the 2013 clutches, I wouldn't change any of my answers for 2013. I would hold back the ones that I did and definitely sell the ones that I did. So we're going to actually move on to 2014 because I'm not just going to leave you guys with just 2013. 2014-13. I remember this was one of the earliest breedings I'd ever done. She bred in February. Up to this point, that was the earliest breeding I'd ever done. And the breeding was a Snow to a Keys. Not for any particular reason other than I wanted to find out if he was het for something, and it turns out he was. He ended up actually being het Ultra, which was interesting. And I remember these babies were super pretty. You can definitely see the Keys influence in them. I don't know if this was diffused or if it was just a part of being Keys. There were some that had these blank bellies, and I'm not 100% sure. I mean, they definitely look masked. The female was advertised as being het for lavender and diffused. So I guess maybe this is a diffused. Now this one is a female that I did hold back for a while. This sort of Miami Okatee looking whatever was going on. But I ultimately did not keep her. And I look back and kind of regret it. Because, like, I wish that I had a solid collection of Keys now, but I don't. And if I was going to really work with a locality, it would probably be Keys. But, yeah, it just has never really worked out that Keys stuck in my collection, unfortunately. I held this one back just because I think that the borders were super thick and they were really nice. And just her contrast was really nice. I hatched this clutch today. I would definitely not be letting go of this snake. Definitely not. This snake would be staying for 100%. For 100%. If we did get a diffused looking baby that was female, I'd probably keep it. And that would probably be it. I'd probably just go with the Ultramels and keep one of the diffused looking babies. 2014-14. This was a project that is still ongoing, kind of, in my collection. I actually kept all of these babies except for one. But this was a Gold Dust Motley Het Anery to an Ultramel Lavender. And so you obviously see A-males, Ultramels, and Ultras. I ended up selling this female. This is an update photo of that female a few months after I sold her. I sold this female because I was going to keep this female. And this female actually escaped, never to be found again. Sometimes it just do be like that. It sucks. But we ended up with some very beautiful adults out of this. So this was the Ultra. This was Hunter, Ultramel, Emerald, and Kelly the Amel. I still have some of Emerald's babies to this day, and grandbabies. Chartreuse is her daughter, actually, with Frangipani. For those who like the Chartreuse babies, this is Chartreuse's mother. If I was going to hatch the same clutch today, I'd probably make the exact same decisions as I did back then, which would be keeping all of them. But I think that the ones that looks particularly good, if I knew when I hatched that snake that that's what she'd look like, she'd stay in my collection 100%. Because as much as I love Emerald, this female, the one that I did keep, this female, her name was actually Miss Piggy, just is so much prettier. Like, I'm sorry. And then there's the Ultra. So this was an Opal Motley bred to my Gold Dust Motley. There's the parents. I kept this female. I kept her for a long time. She was the only holdback. Ultramel Anery Motley. And she's gorgeous. Like, I still think she's beautiful. And that's probably the same decision I would make today. Okay, here's the parents once again. I bred that male to everything. And this was another clutch that I really liked. More Ultramels, lots of Ultramel Anerys, some nice Ultramel Motleys. Like, this is another clutch. This year was just like one of my favorite breeding years. But if I hatched the same clutch today, I would definitely be keeping this guy, which I did keep for a little while. He's super nice Ultramel Anery Motley. He just was gorgeous. He didn't have hardly a speck of gray on him. But I kept this girl. I raised her up. Her name's Gumball. She has a nice halo. Look at that. Look at that freaking halo Motley. She's gorgeous. But here's another adult from this clutch. This was a female that I actually sold to Steve Roy Lance a long time ago. I guess if I hatched the same clutch today, I would definitely I'd keep Gumball again, for sure, and I would keep this guy. But I don't think I'd probably keep any of the others. And when I say keep, I don't know if I'd keep them forever. I would probably raise them up and compare them to other ones that I had with similar genetics and then decide after like a year or so if I was going to keep them. That's probably how that would actually happen. But when I bought this female, this Ultramel female, she was already gravid with this male. So like I do have a picture of him going after her, but she was already gravid. She had so many eggs. I remember, let's see, 23 eggs. Yeah, that was a lot of eggs. Oh, we just got a bunch of A-males and Ultramels, which were gorgeous. If I hatched this clutch today, I would 100% be keeping some of these Red Factor Ultramels. 100%. Well, this Ultramel is gorgeous. Like, that is such a pretty Ultramel. Number 18. Female Gold Dust Motley. And I went ahead and bred her to a Lavender Motley. They were Yellow Jacket and Red Factor. So, this clutch I thought was super interesting. This is a Red Factor, Yellow Factor A-male Motley. If I was going to hatch this clutch today, I would I'd definitely keep this guy again. This guy, for sure. He's also the one that has this weird... He's a Motley, but he's got some belly checker. I think that I'd still hold back the same ones I did. Again. See, me and my past self are pretty much in sync. But I think that I'm going to go ahead and cut that off there. Thank you guys so much for being here. And please remember to like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Rep to links. Thank you, members. You know all that stuff. See you in a new video soon.